So after the last video, I remembered that I lacked something very important, and that was, of course, Pokeballs. As there are several rather interesting Pokemon on this part of the island, I thought I'd pick some up. So I went back because, strangely enough, there's no mart here, and I am ready to go. And right away, we have a Bunary. Looks pretty good, actually. I mean, looks like you'd think a Bunary would if it was in 3rd gen, which is a pretty nice compliment in my opinion. Oops. Almost forgot to... That was just some volleyball in the background. No, I wonder why there's volleyball on ESPN. What? That's what I get for being distracted by some fringe sport in the US. Not that there's anything wrong with volleyball, of course, it's just not usually on TV here. That's all. So I watched this. The USA is up 2-1 against Italy. And I've just got a Bunary. Nice. It has the Pokedex entry and presumably cry of a Centret. And we go on. That is old Magikarp guy. I think there, as far as I know, there has been a trainer fisherman with 6 Magikarps in every Pokemon game so far. In some of those games, he's been the only trainer aside from the champion and or last rivals to even have 6 Pokemon, which is, well, ties into my AA rant of the previous chapter of my explorations. But anyway, right now we have a Bruzel to catch. And this should do not very much damage, and it indeed does not. In fact, after this it will do a rather low amount of damage, in fact. So this might get a little slow. Or it might get very fast. It all depends. There's a lot of rain in this region. It's a bit, well, unusual. Not a lot of sun either. It seems like, well, in the official games too, there's been a lot of use of random rain on routes and not much sun. It's curious. Either way, I now have a Buizel to add to the probably hundreds of water types already in this game. Why do I always do that? I never give anyone a nickname. Either way, let's see here. Thin Forest. Doesn't look particularly thin to me. It looks quite thick, actually. Either way, I know I have to go south eventually, so might as well take a detour. And here comes a fat guy. Oh no, I can't move. The fat guy's getting... The president of the welcoming committee. That sounds like something from a bad action movie where the villain comes and the president... I don't even know. That's awfully direct. Do I like grass types? Sure, why not? Okay, grass listen here. Received a Turtwig. Wow. Thanks. Bye. That was unusual. Hello? Huh. Can't shake off this feeling that it's some kind of trap. Well, here's a house. Some nice enough people. And a weird looking... Oh, it's a Zigzagoon. Well, that was interesting. If ultimately useless. Anyway, some more grass and a black belt apparently. Well, they're all level 17, so I'll let Electric do it. That's a bit weird to contemplate Pokemon 24 hours a day. You know, sleep deprivation can really hurt your health, you know. Although I guess you might be able to dream about Pokemon too. I would certainly hope he dreamed about Pokemon if he thought about it all day. Anyway, we have the sumo thing, although that pattern on it looks absolutely nothing like anything a sumo wrestler would ever wear. Looks more like a bib of some kind. Yeah. It also looks like his hair has been tied in some kind of horrible, I don't even know what, that in no way resembles a braid. And he also appears to be wearing boxing gloves. In any case, he hasn't put up much of a fight, that's for sure. But considering that this is getting a bit tiresome, I think I'm going to switch out Electric for someone who actually has experience in these matters. Namely, Ralts. And because Ralts is just awesome. Alright. You know, I don't care if it's psychic. I think throwing that little tiny thing with a gigantic head would do quite a bit of damage. And I never really quite got why psychic powers would be effective against fighters. Isn't it usually the opposite in the movies? Where the hero with the pure fists of whatever defeats the villain with all his weird mental things. I don't know what I'm talking about. I should just stop right now and go with the Pokemon. Which, come on. Well, there you go. Just hit yourself in the head and this will be over. There you go, Machop. See, that was so easy. And Kyo, you never had a chance. No, I don't actually. In fact, lately I've been contemplating Pokemon less than I should be. And it seems that I've come to a dead end. And a Starly. With the cry of a Spearow. Now, Electrike would almost certainly kill it in one hit. So let's try Nincada. Who is, for now, although he can be quite useful and awesome at times, still my designated don't do very much damage Pokemon. And Fury Swipes is a bit too inconsistent for that. Except, of course, now I've done slightly more than half damage to Starly. Hopefully a Pokeball should still do it because it's only level 7, and it is a weak beginning of the game flying type. You just had to do that, didn't you? Now you're just going to make this extremely painful on yourself. One more of those should do it. And I'm not gonna lie, that Starly sprite just looks a bit, I don't know, a bit off for some reason. I can't really put my finger on it. Maybe it's like there's not as many colors in this game, I don't think, as there are in Diamond and Pearl. That could be it. Anyway, that had better catch her. There you go. I guess this is the island with the Hoenn Pokemon. No, not the Hoenn Pokemon. The... Oh god, what's the 4th region? No, I can't remember. I'm losing my edge. It's old age, clearly. 18 is far too old to know anything about Pokemon. Ugh. Yeah, might as well get back to that thin forest. It's sort of an interesting name for forest. A bit literal. And here's another person. Yes, I did see a fat guy. No, I don't. I'd rather not. Oh. They never listen. They just never listen. Okay, this is going to take quite a bit more time than I have, considering it's 10 minutes right about 2 seconds ago. So this battle will be concluded on the other side of the link I hope you'll click. See you then.